I welcome you to the Messiah channel. We deal with the end times. You remember I did a video on the Chinese spy balloon that hovered over the United States. And one of the members made a comment. And the comment was that it signifies the end times where the four carpenters are preparing to do their work. And he referred to the prophecy in Zachariah chapter 1. And let's look at what the Zachariah prophecy is talking about: the horns and the carpenters, the four horns and the four carpenters that relate to the end times. Let's go to the book of Zachariah chapter 1, and we can start with verse 18. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 18. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, four horns. And I said unto the angel that talked to me, What are these? And he answered me, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. And he showed me the four carpenters. Then said I, What come this to do? And he spoke to me, saying, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head. But these are come, the four carpenters, they have come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles. Hallelujah. The prophet Zechariah is talking about four horns, four nations that scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. The imagery of a horn, a scatterer, an enemy, a horn of a beast. Four nations that scattered the children of God, Israel, the children of Judah. They scattered the holy city, Jerusalem. And the Lord showed the prophet Zechariah the four horns, the four nations that scattered the children of Israel, the children of Judah, and the holy city, Jerusalem. And God also showed the prophet Zechariah four carpenters who had been sent to destroy the four horns that scattered the children of Judah. So let's look at the Bible, and let's relate it to the end times. And the question is, the four horns. Which nations are the four horns? Which nations scattered the children of Judah? I don't know, but you can agree with me that when we talk about the nations that scattered the children of Judah, and particularly relating to those who were engaged in the slave trade and the slavery that did the scattering, relating to Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64, I will suggest four nations, and I name them. Portugal, probably number one. Portugal was a nation with just over 1 million people, but they virtually enslaved almost half of the world. They sent slaves to so many parts of the world, and it's on record that the Portuguese sold 10 times more slaves in Brazil than the slaves that were sent to the United States. The scatterers, Portugal. Number two, Spain. You have to remember that there was a time that the Pope divided the world into two, the East and the West, and gave half to Spain and the other half to Portugal. Spain also was a scattering Gentile nations that sent so many children of Judah into captivity. There was the Portuguese Inquisition and the Spanish Inquisition that resulted in the persecution of the children of Judah, the children of God, and they were scattered to the islands of the sea, whether you're talking about Brazil, you're talking about the West Indies, you're talking about Africa. And you will not forget England. England was a scatterer. England was a horn, a nation that scattered the children of Judah to all the four corners of the world. And now when you see the British Commonwealth of Nations, you see the British Commonwealth Games, when you see so many flags hovering and displaying their alliance and their allegiance to Great Britain, you will not forget the role that Great Britain played in the scattering of the children of Judah, to the point that the plundering of the nations of Judah in Africa and other parts of the world resulted in the industrialization of Great Britain. When we're talking about the horns, the four horns, we will not forget United States. A book written by Dante Faustin is saying that the scattered children of Judah are still hiding, or they are being hidden in the United States. I have always believed that the U.S. is the Egypt spoken of in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. The Lord said that the children of Judah will be scattered into ships into Egypt again. And I believe the U.S. Is the nation that the Bible is talking about. And so when we're talking about the four horns that scattered the children of Judah, Portugal, Spain, England, and the United States. I'm not saying that Denmark didn't do anything. I'm not saying that Netherlands didn't do anything, but I'm looking at probably the four major horns that scattered the children of Judah. What is the Bible saying? We read the book of Zachariah, and we saw that an angel showed Zachariah four carpenters who had come to destroy the horns that scattered the children of Judah. And when the carpenter is working with a hammer. The hammer is used to destroy. The hammer is used to strike. And so a carpenter imagery in Zechariah chapter 1 verses 18 to 21, that imagery is about a destroyer of the horns that scattered the children of Judah. So we go to our next question. Which nations are the four carpenters? The carpenters that will destroy the horns, the four horns that scattered the children of Judah. Which nations are the four horns? And when I did a video on the Chinese balloon, one of the members of this channel came out to four names: China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. These are the four carpenters, according to him, who would destroy the horns that scattered the children of Judah. So symbolically, in February 2023, we saw an event, Chinese spy balloon hovering over the skies of the United States. The balloon was later shot down by the United States government, and not long after that, another object was shot down by the orders of the President of the United States. And so what is China doing? You know that China is preparing for war with the United States. It's part of their ideology. They intend to fight and win a war with the United States within 100 years of the founding of the state, the nation of China. And so they are preparing for war. As I'm talking now in this video, China is leading in artificial intelligence, and China has hypersonic weapons, and China boldly sent a spy plane hovering over United States, gathering information, and spectacularly gathering information from Montana, United States, which hosts intercontinental ballistic missiles. Let's look at Russia. Of course, Russia has probably the most dangerous apocalyptic weapons, talking about hypersonic weapons, talking about the Poseidon nuclear drones, and talking about Satan II missiles. If you're talking about nuclear warheads, everybody is aware that Russia is leading the world in the number of nuclear warheads. We are not talking about conventional forces. We're talking about nuclear warheads, and Russia has already prepared, and Russia has made it very clear that it reserved the right to use nuclear weapons anywhere where her national sovereignty and security is interfered with. I've already made videos, and in one of those videos I said I had a vision where Russia was going to attack the United States in 30 minutes. And so there's no doubt that Russia has a divine responsibility. You have to remember that Gentile nations are destroyed by Gentile nations, and Gentile nations that destroy the children of God. The Gentile horns, the Gentile nations that scattered the children of Judah, they will be destroyed by Gentile nations, the four carpenters. So let's look at the number 3. The number 3 is Iran. Iran, Persia. Persia is one of the carpenters that will go to Jerusalem based upon the Ezekiel prophecy in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 39. And it's Iran, Persia, part of the 4 carpenters. You have to remember that there's an alliance between China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. They are on the same side, and they are all anti-NATO, they are all anti-United States, and their intentions are very, very clear. And Iran, how is Iran prepared to fight the United States? How is Iran preparing? You remember what happened during the Ukrainian war, where Iran provided Russia with kamikaze drones, and it did a lot of havoc to the Ukrainian army. Experts believe that Iran is capable of using EMP, electromagnetic pulse, that can devastate electrical grids in a target nation, including the United States. And I believe that Iran has the capability to do that. Iran has sent satellites to space, and Iran is modernizing and her military. We are not only looking at the capabilities of Iran, we also have to look at the intentions of Iran. They expect that the Mahdi will come. The Mahdi is their Messiah. He will come, and they believe that it will be an apocalyptic event that will trigger the coming of the Mahdi. And a war with Israel or a war with the United States probably will be an opportune event for the Mahdi to come. And we're talking about the 4 carpenters, and the last nation is North Korea. North Korea has agreed to help Russia. You all know that. And North Korea also has developed very dangerous weapons, including the development of hypersonic missiles. And in 2023, recently, February 9, 2023, you saw the military parade that was done by North Korea. And North Korea displayed the Hwasong 17 missile, and that missile they claim is capable of striking anywhere in the world, including continental United States. And it's very interesting to note that, according to experts, if the Hwasong 17 missile is being launched with multiple warheads, that alone can overwhelm the air defenses of the United States. So when we are looking at the four carpenters, North Korea, Iran, China, and Russia, we are saying that North Korea alone, if North Korea uses multiple warheads in launching a nuclear strike on the United States, it will have the effect of overwhelming the air defenses of the United States. You also have to remember a report that was issued by the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative think tank in Washington, D.C. They said that, looking at so many factors, they conclude that the United States is not prepared to fight and win a war with China. Okay, you can say that a war with the US would be a war with NATO, but your guess is as good as mine. And the point we are making is that the four carpenters will be ready to destroy the four horns that scattered the children of Judah. And I also refer you to the prophecy in Genesis chapter 15, verses 13 to 14, when the Lord told Abraham that his descendants will be sent into captivity for 400 years. And after that, God will visit them. And the nation that sent the children of Abraham, the descendants of Abraham, into captivity will be judged. And so it's no wonder that in the end times, as we see it now, the nations that scattered the children of Judah, they are facing signs of economic decline. They are also showing signs of military decline, and the world nations, even so-called third world nations, are no longer respecting them. You see economic crisis in England. You see a lot of problems in Portugal, and you also see problems even in the United States, with even to the point of seeing Chinese spy balloon boldly penetrating the skies, the defenses of the United States, and gathering information. And so my conclusion is that four nations, top nations, scattered the children of Israel, the children of Judah, and they also scattered Jerusalem, and they have scattered the children of Judah to all the four corners of the earth, and they have become drawers of water and hewers of wood. And through exploiting the children of Judah, these people have benefited. They have stolen the gold of these Hebrews. They've enslaved them, they've tortured them, and they have done all bad things to them for over 400 years. And it's time for God to destroy the horns. And four Gentile nations are prepared to destroy the horns of the Gentile nations that scattered the children of Judah. And so the member of this channel who volunteered the names of the carpenters, Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, I believe that I agree with you, because other prophets also have talked about the prospects of U.S. being invaded or being attacked by these nations. I've already said that with respect to Russia. And so today's message is about the four horn nations that scattered the children of Judah. The scattering has occurred, but the judgment is not yet. But the time is ripe for the judgment, and the 4 carpenters are ready to carry out the decree of the Most High to destroy the horns that scattered the children of Judah. And so don't be surprised, don't be confused when you see events relating to the 4 carpenters: North Korea, China, Russia, and Iran. They have a divine mandate to do what they have to do. Thank you for listening to this message.